Welcome back to Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So,
and Taven found a fish that was big.
Yeah,
Let us continue our trek through.
And yeah, as you can see, you cannot destroy the traps. You have to go by them the old-fashioned way.
They're made of indestructible material that even the gods cannot destroy.
Well, technically, Taven is
there is enough space for me to just go around them, but whatever.
Well, easy. Whatever. The point is, yeah, basically.
Just go around them. There's plenty of room, you idiots.
We've established that he's the offspring of the gods, which should more or less make him a god.
You've got 2,000 coins. Oh wait, you're dead.
Alright, let's try that again.
Pedro, will you try to recreate the ending of Battlefield Earth, where the guy gets a whole bunch of money at the end but can't use it because he's incapacitated in some way?
Yes, Twice. While you were learning to spell your name, I was
being trained to do fatalities.
Sure.
You know, Battlefield Earth, it's such a terrible movie, yet in some ways I'm kind of happy it exists.
Well, I mean, that film has everything. What happens when John Travolta's ego explodes everywhere? I mean, I'm not going to make any Scientology jokes because that film apparently has nothing to do with it. Apart from it was written by the guy who made it.
Yeah, I actually forgot instead what production company was behind it.
Franchise Pictures, the same group that would go on to give us Ballistic 2 years later.
Oh, great.
Are Franchise Pictures defunct now?
Yeah, they're defunct. Basically, you know how Canon Films were famous for making cheap schlock?
Yes.
Franchise Pictures were the opposite. They were making expensive schlock.
I mean, watches in a couple of years, Disney actually buys the rights to all the properties instead of the company and put everything on Disney Plus.
Why Franchise Pictures of all things?
I don't know.
Alright, let's go.
Apparently they never had
I know, David, the scenarios don't look interesting. Oh, it's Rain! My man!
Hey, Rain.
What? So it is
you look a bit different.
Remember, this is, I think this is actually his 3D debut.
I figured you would eventually come to this place, Taven.
You seem to know much about me, but I know nothing of you, friend.
I am no friend of yours. I am Rain, a prince of Edenia. Once I have defeated you, I will find and kill your brother as well.
What are you, a Highlander?
Well, Prince,
surprise.
See what you can do.
What's the prize at this point? The Highlander didn't even know by the end.
I get the feeling they just wanted an excuse for him to fight Taven, and this is the best they could come up with.
It's weird considering the backstory implies a bit more, but...
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Why would you want the prize anyway? At this point, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Did Rain just miss the memo?
Yeah, Joe, to be fair, only like a handful of die-hard fans actually watched Highlander the Source. So maybe he didn't.
The Source was actually not even direct-to-video, direct-to-sci-fi channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the same prestigious channel that has stuff like Mansquito, you know,
and Sharknado.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Sharknado is a bizarre work of art.
Oh no! Sharknado is
bother to take itself seriously.
Oh no! Sharknado is fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's still schlock. It doesn't stop the.
True.
It's good. Like one of my favorite lines that I very, very rarely see anybody talk about that line. They always bring up stuff like the stalkness factor of the waitress. I usually like that scene in the first where he proves that whatever it is, and he goes, "It's good, not great." Because every time I'm in that position, okay, Raiden's body vanished into a watery portal. This fight is not over, Taven. His voice echoed, "The prize will be mine," and I will basically, "I'll get you next time, Taven. Next time."
Pretty much.
So is this set up for the arcade mode or?
Nope.
Or, wow, not even that.
Maybe it's see you in the.
That's the thing, though. I mean, they must have known that. Well, okay. To be fair, they didn't know for sure if this was going to be the last one, but as far as they knew, this was rebooting the timeline. So unless Rain had special powers that helped him remember the old timeline, no, we won't be seeing you again then, son.
Yep. Where was I?
You were dying.
Well, that too, but
yeah. Could you imagine if all of the so-called legendary stories in media, and just ended with so abruptly like that? Imagine Ace Attorney or something. Phoenix Wright was on his way to the trial to try and save his girlfriend from being found guilty, when all of a sudden he slipped and fell into a puddle and
the miracle never happened.
And Mod got into his system and he somehow died from ground point.
anyway, for this part, there's some snipers of sorts in the tower, so you have to use your fireball attack. Fortunately, the fireball attack has an automated homing system, so it will aim towards the next enemy, the closest enemy.
And as he died, Phoenix's last word was, "Objection."
Oh no! I can't feel my legs!
It's okay, your legs can't feel you either, son.
Okay, I see, yeah.
Saddle.
Seriously, I mean, what if Ace Attorney actually had the writing style of these games?
What's the time? What difference does it make? Well, depending on the time, he may be in one place or several.
Why then tweaking? They probably tweak the Jack's dialogue. So if we say wrong, Edge, where this is not an interrogation, this is an objection.
You mean this isn't an interrogation? This is a cross-examination.
Now objections one word and stuff.
Yeah, but again, though, the whole objection versus interrogation thing, shouldn't the idea be that the two terms should be related, though?
There we go.
Well, Jennifer, it didn't make sense originally, so that's what I was going for.
Well, to be fair, in the original, it makes some weird sort of sense in the sense like, well, a brutality is not meant to be as bad as a fatality.
Well, I mean, it was unintentionally hilarious.
Pretty much.
I know, and it really stuck with you.
Oops.
Oh, I love Taven's blank look on his face. It's like, yep, that's me.
You probably wonder why.
I wasn't looking where I was going, and that was the end of it.
Again, Taven, for a god, you kind of suck.
Well, Jova, so he's a Mortal Kombat god. Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, look. There's plenty of joking material to be made with Taven, but I won't deny, it's like Pedro hinted at. It's really a pick your poison thing. Either go with the ever so glorious genius that is Shinjoku, or just go with the relatively blank slate that is Taven, who just shows up.
I mean, at least I don't want to have to punch this guy every time he does something.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, also the story around him feels like it suffers too. Like, again, with Shinjoku's story, at least it felt like it was an actual world, and characters could come and go in return.
Yeah.
Here, it's just you see a character, you beat them up, and then they're gone. It's like, oh wow, like.
Again,
I think this game feels like the love letter it thinks it does, and again, maybe standards were different back then, but I don't know, like. I feel like even if I played this game back when it first released, I would have gone a bit like.
No, Jova. Even back in 2006, critics were calling this game outdated. No, that's the thing, Jova. Like I said, both the time both the development time and budget constraints really show in this one.
It's a bit of a shame because I can feel them fighting, trying
Now,
to make this
yeah,
a grand finale.
this is why I always respect Ed Boon. Like, even in a situation like this, he still tries to squeeze as much out of this thing as he can within the limitations, no matter what they are.
Now, all things considered, if this had been the end, I think I would have been disappointed at this being the end of the series. And I'm not going to say like it would have been the Death Salt. It wouldn't have been. But, man, like, for a big closer, I'm not feeling the big weight of things. Like, oh yeah, people are saying it's what's going to happen, but I'm not feeling the big weight of it.
That's why people are glad that we now have the reboot trilogy, like, because at the very least the franchise did survive the death of Midway, fortunately.
I suppose what I would have done differently is that...
Hold on, Liquid Palace. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the game. See, whatever his name was, the Lin Kuei dress in blue. Taven doesn't dress in blue. Can't you tell blue from other colors?
Apparently not.
But everything around me is blue. The
Although
ice
weirdly-
is blue. The sky is blue. Don't blame me if I get confused, guys.
Although, to be fair, Pedro, you said that that cyborg guy was apparently part of the Lin Kuei as well. Sector, yeah. And he was technically decked out in red, so...
Well, okay, here, let me rephrase that. The new Lin Kuei, Jova, because basically what Sub-Zero is doing here is he's reforming the Lin Kuei, as in creating a new Lin Kuei that will fight for the protection of Earthrealm. He wants
the way to tell they're all good is by having them all dress in blue.
The basic idea is that he wants to reform the clan. This will be put to great use in 10, again, like I said. But he wants to restore the clan to its former glory before Sector's father turned it into a criminal organization.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're going to see all of that stuff in the reboot trilogy. And there you go, we unlocked Meat, one of the secret characters for this game.
Mm-hmm.
One of the new ones.
No, thank you, I've already eaten.
What's your favorite meat?
I
My
guess.
favourite meat? Depends really. I like doner meat, pork chops, etc., etc.
What's doner meat?
It's basically it's like a really fit, long.
The Ice Scepter.
It comes from a giant blob of meat. What you do is you shave it off, and it
Hold on, let me
comes off
explain
with
this.
these really long strips.
Basically, what the Ice Scepter does is it does exactly what you would think it would do. It freezes enemies, and when the enemies are frozen, they can be killed in one hit. Like that.
How fitting. The Lin Kuei killed by their master's most famous technique.
Irony?
Also, how many of these are just innocent guys guarding the temple, and like they probably wanted a new fresh start?
As Taven will later say, Jova,
Jova.
as Taven will later say, you guys attacked me first. So,
Here I've got two theories of my own on this front. Actually, either their master was really shit at teaching them, or they were shit at listening to him. Either way, they're
well, Glibs, considering Frost, yes, Sub-Zero doesn't seem to be the best teacher, actually.
No.
Okay, Frost was just one who was way too selfish for her own good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know, she suffered for it, alright?
Yeah, to be fair, she's like the one.
Again, it's such a missed opportunity that they didn't call her Killer Frost.
I guess they thought they would be a bit too on the nose.
I'm just imagining now. If this guy, if he's telling the story to somebody after all of this, it's like in Persona 5. He tells them in exact detail, exactly everything he did. I then kicked this flower pot, and then this chest, and took 500 coins, and then I collected that coin over there. and then the guy asking was like, all I wanted to know was how did you stop Armageddon, not how many steps you took to get there.
Maybe the idea was, hey, you said every detail could be important.
I didn't mean exactly every detail. You're not Peter Jackson.
Oh no, Taven can't get through a locked
Oh yeah,
door.
speaking of, hold on.
thought you were going to say speaking of Peter Jackson.
Peter, wait, what?
Because it's because you were saying about every detail, and I was like, this isn't Peter Jackson. Just...
I guess. Let's break all these stones.
And then I
Ice
broke all
walls.
the... And then I broke all the mirrors because I felt like...
And speaking of Frost, so there you go.
There she is.
Remember, at the end of Deadly Alliance, she got frozen to a block of ice, and I guess Sub-Zero was trying to preserve her here.
Weird. I'm pretty sure that only suggested that she was killed.
Encased in ice.
No, she was just frozen.
Who are you?
Today.
I am Frost.
Emma Frost?
No.
Sub-Zero.
What?
Sub-Zero?
The medallion. Give me the medallion.
Wow, she's still operating on Deadly Alliance ending stuff.
Way will be mine.
There you go.
Well, you know, honestly, this is not one of the worst reasons to start a fight I've seen in this game. Make of that what you will.
All right. Okay, Frost. I'll beat you. I'll beat you into your senses. Hopefully.
What are you going to say? I thought you were
Also,
going to
what
say...
is this music?
Like in Shack 2.
It's like a composer just randomly slapped his hand on the keyboard.
Maybe Dan Forden was asleep at his desk when he was telling them how
Maybe
to do
Dan
the
Forden's
football.
cat, went on the composition
yes.
board.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I remember Dan Forden wasn't doing the music at this point.
No, his cat was.
Oh, yeah. Imagine how that business meeting went down. Hey Ed, do you mind if I bring in my cat to the studio today? He'll be your new composer.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, you don't even have to pay him anything. I know Midway hasn't got much of a budget left anyway, so why not?
Well, normally I would say no, but you do bring up a good point. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Then a few days later, well, Ed, I've got good news for you. My sound leadership skills have managed to make us a full-fledged game soundtrack. What did you make of it?
Well, for all we know, we might not be here after this, so sure. At this point, why not? Taven's final blow knocked Frost into her delirium. You are not the one I seek. She murdered with embarrassment as she fled the chamber.
And that's it. So you bring her back just to have her shamble off.
Just to basically be like, oh wait, you're not Sub-Zero. I'm sorry.
Okay, bye.
Okay. I get that this is supposed to be a big farewell, so you want to get everyone in. But I do wonder if maybe they should have tried to have, narrow it down to a few characters and build off a story with them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the more I see of this, the more I'm beginning to wonder if Taven himself is just a waste of
Well,
space
Jova,
character.
You were questioning all that stuff. Maybe now that you're realizing this, maybe the rebooting was a good idea.
Well, okay. As was mentioned, this was sort of a bout of art born from adversity in the sense with what they had to work with and whatnot. But here's my point here. Some of the decisions made are just baffling.
Sure.
At last, an empty room.
Nope.
Think again, intruder. You may have bested my Lin Kuei warriors, but you will not get...
That's because your Lin Kuei warriors sucked.
And by best, I mean absolutely made a mess of. Seriously.
If they were your best, I'd hate to see your worst.
I love how he even says fight.
By the way, Sub-Zero, we kind of free Frost. Sorry about that.
Hope you're no hard feelings, I guess.
Who the hell is Frost?
Sorry,
Brilliant. Let's go with that.
Hey, Kuai Liang, how's your brother? Oh, wait.
That's something that Black Manta will say to Aquaman.
Which reminds me, remember, we're about to meet the original Sub-Zero in a moment as well, in his noob Cybot form.
But yeah, pretty much the one I mentioned in the Aquaman movie commentary, one shtick that Black Manta tends to have is to piss off Aquaman by constantly reminding all the people that he killed in the past.
I will say that I do like this look for Sub-Zero, like the ice gloves. That's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. This is consistent with he's gonna keep this consistent type of theming for his cryomancy in the next games.
I suppose that may beg the question: how did Frost's clothes change while she was in a coma?
Shut up.
Shut up.
It's like that guy who managed to gain weight while in a coma in Independence Resurgence Day.
Independence Day Resurgence.
Yes, Independence Day Resurgence.
Also, I love one of the moves.
Basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever looking for a sign of whether Jova likes something or not, if Jova gets the name wrong, half the time he does.
But
and he also does that thing that he just did, where he goes, "Yes, Independence Day Resurgence."
One of the moves of Sub-Zero is literally just playing possum for some reason.
Probably smart dude, all things considered.
I don't know. You think it would be like making a wall of ice to protect himself or something, which he does have
that
in a
would
couple
stop
of games.
Taven at this point.
All right, and okay, now we're gonna get a bigger cutscene. Don't worry, they actually do save some budget for. Well, Sub-Zero is one of the most.
Yeah, we probably could not just get away with it, and then Sub-Zero fled the room.
Sub-Zero deserves first-rate treatment.
What about it? It resembles the dragon image on the door behind you. Who are you? And why are
Convenient.
you here? This must be it. This must be what? This temple was a shrine to my mother before your clan commandeered it.
There you go. This is the temple we were looking for.
Before we arrived. I realize that. My name is Taven. I merely came here to retrieve something. A gift from my mother. Then tell me.
Just something to kickstart the apocalypse.
Most likely behind this vault door. The door on the right was unlocked when we first arrived here years ago. There was nothing inside.
Oh
The
dear.
other door has remained sealed, despite our best efforts to open it.
That's because it means that both doors were something. Yeah, one for Dagon and the other for Taven.
Which means that Taven is the only one that can open it.
You could say that.
Slam! How did romantic slam?
Oh my god, it's
An armor.
A suit of
full
armor.
You have your gift. Now tell me, for what purpose would a sorceress leave her son such a powerful set of armor? Apparently, I need it for my
How do you
quest.
know it's
Something
powerful?
important is supposed to happen.
I guess
once
it
can
feels
use
it.
Well, it's a godlike. It's an armor made by a goddess, so I'm assuming it's powerful is fair.
but I'm no longer certain. What do
It'd be a very good
A warrior
goddess
named
if
Red
it
mentioned something
weren't.
about saving the realms. And I've also been repeatedly attacked by assassins in red. I don't recognize their crest, though it seems vaguely familiar. A dragon, I believe.
I love
Do you have
the
any idea
gestures
who
when
they
the
are?
characters do move.
Yeah, again, it's just like in Deception. Like the mocap is so goofy.
If it is mocap, anyway.
Grandmaster, more intruders have breached the temple. The east entrance.
Friends of yours?
They are dark warriors. If they resemble
Look, we're kind of tight on time. This was the best. Oh, hey,
Hello.
hey, Bihan. Bihan and his shadow cronies.
Yeah, actually, no, I think all of these were just books.
Time to choose sides.
Well, yeah, that's what I said.
I'll help. Then defend the Lin Kuei temple. Smash these new intruders.
Why can't you do it?
Because I need help, in case you haven't realized I'm outnumbered.
Also a test
Well-
of character, I suppose.
Well, you froze them all. You're not outnumbered now.
Hey, look! Now you get free money from that. He
Yeah,
was
if
nice
anything,
to
Sub-Zero
you.
is very generous.
In the meantime, we also
Yeah.
found Kitana's fan.
Hey, Katana, you dropped your fan here.
Another cutscene.
That was clumsy.
Ugh.
Oh. Oh my god. I thought they actually killed Sub-Zero in such a manner, and I'm like, wait,
Nah.
what?
I love the movements. Oh man. Also, I love that the Shadow Stalkers, despite being completely in the dark, they still have the icons of the Lin Kuei, mooks on the top right.
Making them slight recolors.
There you go. The official name, Shadow Stalker. Also, they couldn't come up with. They didn't have time to make an icon for the Shadow Stalker, so they reuse the Linkway icon.
Yeah.
Again, gotta cut every corner we can. We're kind of in a complete rush.
Thanks.
So what does the armor do for you gameplay-wise? Increase your defense?
Basically, yeah. And increases your health.
So let me guess. By the end of this campaign, we'll get what is effectively Taven's official look in arcade mode.
Yes.
Similar to Mortal Kombat Deception.
Yeah. That's basically the whole idea. By the end, you unlock Taven in the arcade mode.
Uh-huh. Wait,
Basically,
you unlock him in the arcade.
sorry, Taven, sorry.
Ow.
Basically, I got hit, and that was supposed to kill me in one hit. However, since I have my invincibility cheat on, it created a glitch where now Taven is walking. Since this is kind of fun, I decided to keep this in.
Especially because it doesn't trigger again the trap.
Yeah, so basically now, until I reload the game, Taven...
torso.
Yes, here's the new protagonist for you, everybody. Taven's torso and one arm.
Brilliant.
hey, Dwips, this is the most memorable thing about him so far. So...
Yeah, and it's not even part of the game. It's a glitch.
Okay, so checkpoints. So now
where's the others, which...
Yeah, I mean, and then it'd be great though, because I mean, how are you supposed to kill him? He hasn't got a head or a brain, and he's still moving about.
To answer Tail, it's in the other wall that we have to break right next to it.
Alright then.
Tune in next time, everybody, where we meet Bihan, aka Noob Saibot, face to face.
Yeah.
See ya.